In the Beatles' first outstanding year, 1963, their popularity was so wild and extravagant that it could only be described with one word: Beatlemania. In the first half of 1963, with daily appearances in the media and their relentless personal performances, the Beatles became a household word throughout Great Britain. By the end of 1963, the Beatles had become a cultural phenomenon of staggering proportions in England. They had an effect on every aspect of fashion and entertainment among youngsters. Like Elvis, before, in America, teenagers in Britain adopted the clothing and hairstyles of the Beatles: John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Their music was the reason for it all. The Beatles' first album, Please Please Me, went straight to #1 and stayed there for 30 weeks. The Beatles had cut all 10 tracks of that album in one marathon recording session. And when Please Please Me was finally knocked out of #1, the album that did it was none other than the Beatles' second album, entitled The Beatles.
These are the fantastic scenes outside Liverpool Town Hall just after the Beatles arrived. The casualties, they've been put at about 100 by the St. John ambulance men. They're falling like ninepins, the crush barriers are giving way. Liverpool's never seen anything like this.
What's it feel like to come back to a big civic reception like this?
Very nice.
Did you ever imagine that this day was coming?
Never like this. I mean, you know, we used to come here spotting the plane numbers and things. I never imagined, you know, we'd come back to this.
Well, now, you've all made a fortune. Have you got any future ambition in mind?
Oh,
No, I don't want to borrow any, John. Have you got any future in mind now? Any other ambitions?
I would like to make more films, I think. We'd all like to do that because it's good fun, you know. It's hard work, but you can have a good laugh in films.
What about you, Ringo?
Same, I enjoy films.
You did?
well, I think, you know, all of us want to do sort of a good film, you know, one that we all think's good, and make more good records.
Don't you think this one's any good?
Well, it's okay, you know what I mean, but make good records.
Not as good as James Bond, though, is it?
Oh, not as good as James.
You fancy yourselves as actors, then, do you?
No, definitely not.
You?
But, I mean, we enjoyed making the last film, and especially with the director was great, you see, and it made it much easier for us. None of us rate ourselves as actors, but, you know, it's a good laugh and we enjoy doing it. So we'd like to make a couple more.
Jolly good. Now, it's about 7 months since you were in Liverpool last, appearing.
Officially.
Yeah. And some of the fans have been saying that, you know, they feel that you've deserted them. What do you feel about that?
Mainly the ones that never came to us. The people that are moaning about us not being here are people that never even came to see us when we were here. You know, we could count on our fingers the original fans we had here, the ones that really followed us.
If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? 'Cause I've been in love before, and I found that love was more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start.
Later, in 1964, when the Beatles made their introduction tour in the U.S., American youngsters reacted just like the British had. They went utterly berserk.
Can you
After the Beatles' phenomenal success in America, the rest of the world fell in line quickly, ecstatically. Beatlemania was everywhere in virtually every country.
Will cry when she lands we are two, 'cause I go understand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love was in vain. So I hope you see that I would love to love you.
The Beatles, with their lower-class accent and upbringing, were nevertheless accepted into the highest levels of society. Suddenly, it was acceptable for everyone of all classes to mingle freely, thanks to the Beatles.
Excuse pardon. I'd like more drums there.
No, I think it's on the
It
other
sounds
bit.
like a
On the other
cover,
bit, where you got
right
on the
cover.
third bit. You know, on the
Third bit,
Okay.
more bang.